Good evening, my name is Cliff Parry, and this is my colleague Maria Andreo. And your names are?
Theodore and Stratus.
Can I have your mark sheets, please? Thank you. First of all, we'd like to know something about you. So, Theodore, where are you from?
I'm from Polygon in Athens.
And you, Stratus?
And I'm from Paleophagro.
And what do you like about living in Paleophagro?
I like it because it's a small city near to the sea and with many big squares.
Thank you. And Theodore, could you tell us something about your family?
Yes, I have one brother who is 13 years old, and I live with my parents and my grandfather.
And Stratus, could you describe your family home to me?
My family home. Okay, it's a quite big home with 3 bedrooms, a small library, the kitchen, the bathrooms and the living room. It has also a nice view to the sea.
Thank you. And Theodore, what do you think would be the most interesting job for you to do in the future?
Maybe a reporter.
Do you like reading books?
Yes, I like historical books.
And what about you? What do you think would be the most interesting job for you in the future, Stratus?
I would like to be a psychologist because you are discussing with many people and you have to try listen to their thoughts.
Thank you, Stratus. How do you like to pass the time on a long journey?
On a long journey? It's a nice question. I prefer going journeys to the sea, to be near to the beaches.
Thank you. And Theodore, where did you spend your most interesting holiday?
It was in France, in Languedoc.
Thank you very much. Now, in part 1 of the test, candidates are asked personal questions. It's very important to be relaxed and be calm, but also say something interesting about yourself. Now, let's move on to part 2. Now, in this part of the test, I'm going to give each of you 2 photographs, and I'd like you to talk about the photographs on your own for about a minute, and to answer a short question about your partner's photographs. Now, Theodore, it's your turn first, and here are your photographs. They show people spending time by different rivers. Now, I'd like you to compare the photographs and say what you think the people are enjoying about spending time by these rivers. All right?
In the first river, the water goes faster than in the second picture. And in the first, there are more people than the second, so maybe they find more interesting the first river.
Say what you think the people are enjoying.
Maybe the way that the water moves. And maybe the nature.
Thank you. Stratus, which of these rivers would you prefer to visit?
I would prefer to visit the second river because it's more like a lake. And a lake is not very dangerous, and you can also do more things.
Thank you. Now, Stratus, here are your 2 photographs, and they show people preparing a meal in different situations. I'd like you to compare the photographs and say what you think is difficult about preparing meals in these situations. All right?
On the first picture we can see 2 women with their kids cooking at the house. I think it's their kitchen. And it's not their job to do it, but they do it just to make their families happy. But in the second picture we'll see some chefs cooking for maybe for a big restaurant, and they are doing it to take money to live. The difficulty, I think, is in the second picture, because of the first picture they haven't to be nervous about what they are doing. And the second picture they are just cooking, and the second picture they are cooking for the restaurant.
Thank you. Theodore, do you enjoy cooking?
Yes. I like to cook macaroni and boiled eggs.
Thank you. Now, in part 2 of the test, candidates are asked to compare 2 photographs. Try to remember to be organised. Always reflect on the question, reflect on what you've been asked, and then try to avoid comparing details in the pictures, because if you compare details in the pictures, you'll probably come up against words that you don't know. Try to compare feelings, try to compare what has happened before or what will happen next. In this way, you'll make sure that you show a range of language. Now let's move on to part 3.